What is up, my clan? Welcome back to Riffing with Clintus, the podcast about anything and everything I feel like talking about when I feel like talking about it. This is February 22nd, 2021. About 1 p.m. in the afternoon. My stream just crashed again. So I ended the day. I ended the day early. So I decided to record a podcast because I actually have energy and I have things to talk about. And I was going to talk about it on the stream, but then my internet went down. So yeah, let's start there. Let's start with that. First and foremost, it's been a rough couple of weeks. Actually, it's been a rough couple of months. It just hasn't been consistent. It's kind of gotten progressively worse. The internet's gotten worse. And you know, for those of you who know, I used to work for the local cable company, internet, TV, phone, security, that sort of thing. So, you know, I still have contacts, I still have friends that I can like reach out to and be like, hey, you know, are you seeing anything? Are you noticing anything? Hey, I called tech support, got a tech coming out, you know, blah, blah, blah. So it's been escalated and I have a network tech that's been working in my area trying to isolate the issue. He resolved my first issue. So kudos to that. That problem is gone. I definitely noticed a difference right away. But then right away, we started noticing a new problem. And he thought he found that resolved that problem. He found multiple problems. You know, there's a lot of variables when it comes to, you know, the cable internet. And so he spent all week last week troubleshooting, isolating, looking, and finally found something that was burnt out. In fact, I have the piece right here. That's the piece that he replaced this last week. For those of you that are listening on the podcast, it's a burnt up piece of plastic, like a little connector that goes in the power inverter, a couple blocks down the street. Anyway, so that was Friday and he was off for the weekend. He's off today. He'll be on tomorrow. He works 410s. And he's a great guy. He's a great guy. He gives me updates, keeps me abreast on what's going on. And he knows that I'm a streamer and that this is my livelihood. And so, you know, he's taking it serious and he's gonna continue to work until he, you know, finds the problem. It's just unfortunate that while we're still investigating, trying to figure it out, I can't stream because at any given moment, I lose all internet, all connectivity. So the stream goes down, my game goes down, and then I have to wait for the modem to reboot because it basically kills all connectivity and makes the modem reboot itself. So it still sounds like it's a powering issue. Because it happens to TV too. The TV freezes. Tiffany's watching TV and it just freezes. So it's definitely it's not a modem issue. It's not a router issue. This is well beyond my house. And you know, people will come to my chat room and be like, why don't you switch internet companies? Or, you know, do you get a better internet provider or get better internet? It's like, this is the best internet we have. When it works, when everything is working as intended, it is the best internet you can get in Arizona. I stand by that. I used to work for the company. I would work for them in a heartbeat again if circumstances were, you know, needed, and I have no desire to switch. This isn't where I hate the company, I hate the service. This isn't that at all. There's something wrong. They just need to figure out what it is and fix it. They will, and I have confidence in that. I believe in them. Now, if a month from now, 2 months from now, they're like, "Yo, this is just the way it is, man. Sorry, there's nothing we can do about it. This is your service." Then we would come to an understanding of either them giving me a discounted rate, if that's as good as it gets, or I would have to switch. And if I switch, trust me, I'd be very reluctant to do so. So this isn't a matter of like, you know, having crappy internet. It's just not working properly. There's something wrong and they have to figure out what it is. Like I said, it's, you know, a little piece of plastic somewhere or a wire that's not tightened or something like that. But the more information that I give to them, like when it happens, what's happening, when it's happening, it'll help them figure it out and, you know, they'll get it fixed eventually. I'm not worried about it. But yeah, it's Monday. So let's talk about the weekend or the previous week. First and foremost, let's talk about the podcast. I talked about this in the last episode, how, you know, I want to do this for multiple reasons. One of them being just the pure volume, like the amount of people that listen to this podcast. It's like my YouTube channel. There are people who love this content. They love this format of content. They love me doing this content, right? And for the longest time, I had it in my head that everyone consumed all my content, right? You like Clintus? Well, here's vlogs, here's streams, here's podcasts, here's Instagram, here's tweets. Oh, there's a Discord, there's a text message group, there's, all of these things that you can do. And not everybody likes all of the things. So I have to, I have to remind myself that some people only like listening to the podcast. They don't watch the vlogs and they don't watch the stream. So this is the only way you're hearing about my life. This is the only way you're hearing about what's going on with me, what's new, what's good, what's bad, all that, right? Same thing with we're on my live stream and someone will come to my chat room asking me a question. And I'm like, myself or, maybe my moderators or maybe even some regulars be like, well, it was in the vlog. Didn't you watch the vlog? And I have to remind myself and everyone else, no, not everyone watches the vlogs. Not everyone, some people will literally just come to my streams and hang out for 5-10 minutes, say what's up, ask a couple questions about something, and then they leave. Or some people who never come to my Twitch chat, right? They watch the vlogs. That's all they do is watch YouTube. They love the vlog format. They love, VODs where they can go and watch it whenever they want. They can rewatch it a dozen times, and so then maybe they come to my chat room just to ask the question regarding the vlog. So when it comes to this podcast, I have basically two versions in my head. The first version is what you're listening to right now. This is me just riffing to talk about what's going on right now, right? This past weekend, this past week, maybe what's coming up in the future, that sort of thing, right? That's the first version. And I love this. This is me not being interrupted by, other people or alerts or like, this is me, just a single form of consciousness just coming out of my brain, out my mouth. And I do like this. And I know you guys do too. Some of you guys are listening to this right now in the car, on a bus, on a train, at your table, your desk, working. Maybe you're on your treadmill or a bike and you're running or you're walking or whatever, right? This can't, you're not listening to a stream, so to speak. You're not listening. Most people don't even listen to a vlog. That's visual stuff. This is audio. So I have to remind myself that there's still people who want this content in this format. I have to figure out a way to make this a ritual, right? I used to be a daily vlogger. I would vlog every single day and I would edit every single day. And I did that for 6 years straight. And then for the last 2 or 3 years, I did it twice a week. And now I'm down to once a week. Like, it just needs to be part of my routine. And so I just want to apologize to the podcast listeners specifically. I love you guys. I appreciate you still supporting me here in the audio format. I lost any monetization that I had previously. So right now the podcast is not making any revenue. This is 100% free content. And the only quote unquote ads you might hear is me sharing out some of my sponsors. I'm going to start putting all the links in the show notes of the podcast now. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's on every video already, including this video here. If you're watching this on YouTube, all the links to my partners and sponsors. If you're ever looking to purchase something that I use, that I promote, if you're looking for a promo code, it's almost always going to be Clintus. If there's a promo code option, you try code Clintus. If it's a link, like I said, check the show notes or the description down below. G Fuel right now, 30% off using promo code Clintus. Elgato's always got stuff going on, looking for microphones, lights, that sort of thing. I wear these awesome green glasses you see me in all the time. Those are from a Gamer Advantage. They're blue light blocking glasses. So they're better for your health, your eyes, headaches, eye strain, getting better sleep, all that stuff. I truly believe in these glasses. And all those are just promo code Clintus. And for the first time ever, I'm rocking a Zydax shirt. They sent this to me for Christmas. And I don't know where it was in the closet, but it got lost. And so I just found it. I was like, yo, I'm wearing my Zydax shirt. So, if you're looking for a new gaming PC, Zydax PCs, I'm excited. I got a new streaming rig coming up soon. I just got the order. They asked me to confirm a couple things on the order. And so I'm pretty stoked about that. So I should be having a new stream PC here in the next month. And we'll do an unboxing video and I'll do a couple of cool, stuff on stream, on YouTube and everything like that. So anyway, like I said, I'm not doing this for any kind of monetary reason at this moment. Like, I'm literally making no money on this podcast. The YouTube video might make a couple bucks with ad revenue, but the views / listens on YouTube aren't very high. So there's not a lot of ad revenue to be made there. This is just purely because I know that you guys listen to this and you love it. So, all right. So anyway, the first format was this. Like I said, the second format on the podcast that I really was the original idea for Riffing with Clintus was me and a friend, or me and my friends just, shooting the shit. I listen to so many podcasts we're like best friends podcast together. And it's like, that's what I ultimately wanted. But you know, the reality set in that I don't have a best friend. I don't have that one best friend that I've grown up with, or that I've got like 20 years of experiences with. Like my buddy Chuck is definitely the closest thing to that. Cade would be another one. Like we've known each other for many years, right? Like 10 plus years easily. But there's like big gaps in our history. There's big gaps in, you know, our friendship. You know, and then there's a lot of the years have gone by where it was just virtual, right? Like Chuck lived in California for the last 8-9 years. And so we would see each other once or twice a year, but then the rest of it was just all virtual. Same thing with Cade. Cade traveled a lot and was on the road for many years. Lived here in Phoenix, but we were kind of a distance apart in different schedules, different lifestyles. So my point is that in my head, when I see these other podcasts or listen to these other podcasts, it's like, that's what I had envisioned, but that's not a reality for me. So again, changing things up. I definitely have a wide variety of people to have on the podcast. It's just a matter of locking it down on a date and time. And, you know, I'm not streaming this podcast. I'm recording it audio and video. So it'll be on YouTube and the podcast feeds, but I'm not streaming it. And I think the pressure, you know, the pressure of being live and having a scheduled time to record this, though it makes sense to have a scheduled time to record it, but also put pressure on me to be ready at that moment in time. And, you know, Chuck made the comment about removing obstacles, and the live stream was an obstacle. It was a hindrance for me. If I wasn't ready to be live and record the podcast, then the podcast didn't get done. And I feel like if I just remove that one layer of, okay, we're not going to stream it live. Now I'll stream it live. Let's say if I have a guest, right? If I have a guest on there, maybe we're taking questions from the audience, something like that. That makes sense. But I feel like for a podcast in general, I don't feel like there's really need for it to be live. You know, unless it's a locked in format with like me and a guest on a regular basis, then it becomes like a show, right? Like the Two Bears, One Cave. I love that podcast. It's Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura. And I love those guys. It's hilarious. They go back and forth. Like I said, they're best friends. They have tons of experiences together. They're constantly hanging out and doing stuff with each other. So the conversations and the banter are just nonstop the whole time. And that's not the same thing as having a friend that, you know, I might only see once a year or only talk to a couple times a year. It's just not the same. It's more like an interview format, more like Joe Rogan when he has a guest on and, you know, he's asking questions and probing, and the conversation is mostly about the guest. So yeah, we had a good conversation in chat today. Podcast got brought up because it gets brought up frequently. And again, a nice reminder that it is wanted. It is needed. And so here I am. So yeah, Monday, this weekend was good. I went into the weekend Friday kind of feeling defeated, discouraged. My internet's been giving me problems all week, which sucks because, like I said, I lose my connection to my internet. I lose my stream, and I lose the connection to the game. In a game like Escape from Tarkov, you don't want to lose your connection. You're in the middle of a raid, you get killed, you lose all your stuff. You know, you can't get reconnected, you lose your stuff. Like there's that's a game you do not want to lose your internet connection. Plus, you know, I'm playing with other people too, and so they're having to like watch out for me and cover me and put up with me, and it just sucks the fun out of it. And as someone who, you know, tries to maintain a professional stream, if you will, you know, it's one of those things where it bums me out, takes the wind out of my sail when the stream's looking like crap or experiencing. And really the thing that gets me the most is if the stream goes down for a long enough period of time and it reconnects, it'll fire off a new set of alerts, a new set of notifications. Well, now people are feeling like they're getting spammed because they're getting like 3 notifications within an hour because the stream goes down and up, down and up, down and up, you know, and I can't guarantee how long it's going to take for it to get back up. Like if I knew it was only going to go down for like 15 seconds, no big deal. There's a buffer window there where it won't start a new stream and send notifications out again. But there's been time like today, it dropped for over a minute, which was enough time for it to fire off a new stream. So that just bugs me a lot, really. So today we were live for about 4 hours, about a half a day, basically. And when I went down hard for that second time, I was like, I'm not going to do another notification, another, you know, round of stuff. So at this point, I text text the tech, let him know that we're still having problems. I know he's off today, so he'll get it tomorrow and he'll come back on and we'll continue the troubleshooting. It just sucks because I've got a couple of, matches lined up to play with other streamers. And so like if my internet connection's dog crap, it's going to be a bad experience for both of us. So I'm not looking forward to that tomorrow, but we need to get this fixed. So it is what it is. We just roll with it best we can. So yeah, I was feeling kind of defeated on Friday, and even like it's Wednesday, Thursday, it was having some days where I was just kind of like in my head. And, I started looking at various pieces of my life. I look at my personal life and what I got going on with Tiffany and the kids and our house and trying to be like dad and husband mode over there. And then of course I got the whole business side of things, which is all me, right? It's like 100% me. In the grand scheme of things, like, I've got a little help here and here from some friends, and my moderators are awesome. Like, they're like my counsel. They help. I bounce ideas off of them and I kind of get their opinions and thoughts on things. And, they do the best they can as a community, volunteer basically to help me, make sure that the stream and the community is doing well. And I love my moderators for that. But like for the most part, I'm doing everything. And it was one of those things where this weekend I kind of had a deep breath and I smiled and I was just like, I'm not great at this, all of this. I'm not great. I'm okay. I'm mediocre, right? Dr. Lupo likes to say mediocre. He's mediocre at games and stuff like that, which his is a joke. His is like, I'm actually mediocre. I think that I just got lucky. Right place, right time, early on. And so my flag has been placed, right? Clintus is here, but I know where I stand, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. It just every once in a while I have to remind myself of that, because it's easy to compare yourself to others. It's easy to look at someone else and go, wait a minute, how, why, It's easy to do that. It's a natural reaction or natural response that we have. I think as humans, keeping up with the Joneses is an actual thing. Even if you say you don't want to or you don't care about it, I think it's an instinct in us. I don't know why. Maybe because we're herd, group mentality mammals. I don't know. But it's just one of those moments where it's like, I can't help myself sometimes to look at someone else or look at other people and have a quick comparison of like, and I feel inferior or I feel less than. But it goes away very quickly because I'm older, wiser. Been doing this a long time. I've been around the block a few times when it comes to the YouTube scene, and now I'm over here on the Twitch scene, and it's very much the same thing. It's the same scene, right? And I'm constantly reminded of the good stuff and the way that I should be looking at things and the way that I should be focusing on things from Gary Vaynerchuk. Gary V constantly is resetting me and getting me aligned. And of course, I don't agree with all 100% of his stuff. I don't follow 100% of his stuff, but a lot of it resonates with me. A lot of it strikes a chord with me and hits home. And that's really what it comes down to. Is it's just more of like a reset. It's more of a realignment, right? Like it's realigning me back to where I belong. Because I think what happens is I kind of go a little outside of my norm, and I start getting a little comfortable, and I start going, ooh, I like this, but this isn't, like, being outside of the circle here isn't home. That's not where I belong, right? You kind of go out of your boundaries a little bit to explore a little bit, to stretch your legs a little bit, but then you realize, nope, this isn't right. This is just temporary. And that was kind of what happened this weekend. I kind of got reset, recentered. I didn't do really any work this weekend, which I tend to not do a lot of work on the weekends anyway, but I really didn't do much this weekend when it comes to my business. I was pretty much hanging out with Tiffany the whole time, and just spending time with her, spending time with the kids. Sierra hung out a lot with us. She had volleyball Saturday morning. We looked at hot tubs because we're looking to buy in a hot tub for the backyard. Tiffany wants one of those since she's not really a big fan of the pool. She wants hot water, so we're gonna get her an outdoor spa. And we finished the kitchen, and we hung up some more stuff in the kitchen, which you guys will see that in the next vlog coming up this week on Clintus.tv, youtube.com/Clintus. And then Sunday we made breakfast and we did the laundry room. She bought some cabinets and some shelving and like a hanger, like rack rod. And so we hung that up in the laundry room. And we printed some pictures up and put some pictures in our bedroom and in the kitchen. So the house is really coming along nicely. Tiffany's been decorating it and getting like different rooms situated, which there's not a lot of rooms in this house, obviously. That was one of the reasons why we sold the last house, is because we wanted to downsize. So this is definitely, man. So also this weekend, I watched some movies. I talk about all the time how I don't watch a lot of TV. And I think it has something to do with the small, like, serial content of 30, 45, an hour long episodes of TV. I don't know. I consume movies better. I like movies better. And so I will watch 2 movies in one night versus watching 4 episodes of TV. And I don't know I don't know what it is about that. I'm not a TV binge watcher. I'll binge watch movies or I'll watch movies, but yeah. Anyway, so I watched Tenet on Friday. Really enjoyed that. Oh no, was that Thursday? It was Thursday. I watched Tenet on Thursday. And then Friday we talked about Tenet and someone's like, you should watch Interstellar. It was another Christopher Nolan movie and it was really good. I really, really enjoyed Interstellar. Definitely like not an action movie, right? It's more of like a sci-fi drama. Sorry, got distracted for a second. Yeah, so I watched Interstellar and no spoilers, but at the end of the movie, there's a moment with the main actor and his daughter. And the next day I was thinking about that scene after talking to my mom, and I don't know, just something struck a chord with me. As soon as I started thinking about that scene, I started crying. I cried in the shower. I don't know the last time I cried like that, like a hard cry, like just sobbing. Because I was having this moment of like feeling like time is just kind of all of a sudden flying by, even though I know it's not. I'm not a person that's like, wow, time's flying, man. Kids are growing up like blink of an eye. Or man, I wish my kids would slow down. I've never been that kind of dad or person. I look at every year as a new adventure, a new journey, and we're always getting better and doing more things. And as the kids get older, they can experience more things. And but for some reason, the scene in that movie, talking to my mom, she's not, she's health-wise, she's got some problems, complications, and then thinking about my kids, and I just had this moment of like, I don't know, just like I said, I cried a little bit in the shower. So from there, I was thinking about how like I'm almost 40, right? I'll be 40 years old this year. Sierra will be 17. Bryce will be 14. And they're both going to be in school, and high school. They're both going to be in high school. And, I just had that moment of like, am I spending enough time with my kids? Am I giving them enough of my attention? And on one hand, I'm like, yes, I am, because they're not little kids. They don't require my attention 24/7. They like doing their own thing. They like, hanging out with their friends, watching their own TV shows. Like, they could be down on the couch with me watching a movie, but they could also be in their room watching whatever movie they want to watch, right? They're becoming young adults where they have their own choices and like do their own things. So as long as I'm available for them, I feel like that's the biggest key, is being available to them. When Bryce wants my attention, when Sierra wants my attention, being there for them. And but again, I just had that moment of like, am I giving them enough time? Am I available for them most? Are they being shy? They wish that I was around more, or they wish that I gave them more time and attention, but they're afraid to say something. And I asked Sierra, and she said, no, everything's perfectly fine. It's great. You're around all the time. She's like, you forget, Dad, that you work from home. Like, I literally can come talk to you whenever I want. Whereas most kids don't have that luxury, right? They got to wait for Dad to get home. Or, even when I was traveling before COVID, I would travel 4 or 5 times a year. Some parents travel a couple times a month, So she put it in perspective, as she likes to do. And that kind of made me feel better. But then I had another moment. I think it was on Sunday. That was on Saturday. So Sunday, Tiff and I have been doing work on the house, and I had another moment where it was like, the house is starting to really feel like a home. And she made the point. She goes, I've just read a statistic that said that it takes up to 6 months in one location to start feeling like a home, right? For everything to kind of just start to settle. Like, this is the new norm. This is normal now. And for me, I always said I feel like it needs to be a year. It needs to be a full year of all the like holidays and seasons for me to feel that way. Because we're coming up on 6 months right now, but I feel like until it's summertime, when it's like hot and I'm wearing shorts and flip flops and tank tops, and we're like going to the pool and having summertime when the kids aren't in school, I feel like that's when it's going to feel like home. But I had that moment of like, something definitely feels different with this house. When we bought the last house, we thought that was going to be our last house, right? Like the next house for the next 10 years. But then we realized it wasn't. And so we sold it. And then we had the rental. And then, we were in the rental for a year and a half. And that's crazy to think about. Like, a year and a half is gone. And that just happened, right? And now we're in this house, and knowing that we bought this house after the experiences of the last one and with the rental, knowing what we wanted, knowing what we were looking for, knowing that what we were willing to sacrifice or give up to have certain things, this house just locks it in. And like I said, I just had this moment of like, this is it. This is our home. This is our house. This is our home for the next 10 plus years. This will be the last house that our kids live in as kids. When they move out of this house, it'll be to their own place as adults. And that hit me this weekend. And so I don't know if those thoughts and those feelings helped me move along from my whatever funk I was in on Friday. I don't know, but it was just a really good weekend. Productive in regards to the house, productive in regards to, being there for Tiffany and the kids, productive in the regards to, I watched a couple movies. Like I said, Thursday, I watched Tenet, Interstellar. I watched Friday. Saturday night, I watched Mission Impossible 1. Started Mission Impossible 2, but got tired and was falling asleep, so I ended it. And then last night, Sunday night, I finished Mission Impossible 2, watched Mission Impossible 3. I bought the bundle, so I said, whatever. I'm going to watch all the Mission Impossible movies. But yeah, I just really had a good weekend. We had some really great food. We cooked. Tiffany cooked. I cooked. We had some great food. We had a great conversation with one of my neighbors. He was outside washing his truck, and we ended up standing outside probably for half an hour just talking to him and his wife, and it was great. I have great neighbors. I randomly ran into a moderator of a pretty big streamer. Just happened to, he recognized the shirt I was wearing. I was wearing a Professor Broman shirt, and he's like, "You watch Broman?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I love Ben, but good friend of mine. Like, we play games together this night." He's like, "Oh, that's cool. I moderate for so-and-so." I was like, "No shit, small world." What are the odds of that us being in the same area? And so that was cool. And I think we synced up online. And so, knowing that there's another person in the vicinity that also plays games and knows the streamer world, like, could be a future friend. I don't know. We'll see. But I just really love my immediate neighbors, and I love the people in my neighborhood and the community. And it's just really, really cool. Things are just really starting to line up for me. But the thing is as I say that, I've also been, in my head, questioning a lot of things in regards to content, right? At the end of the day, I love what I do holistically, right? I love the fact that I get to share my thoughts, my experiences, my life with you guys, and that you guys care enough about me and my family to consume it, right? You're listening to this podcast, you watch the vlogs, you hang out on my streams, you double tap an Instagram photo. Every like on Twitter and Instagram helps, right? Retweets, sharing on your stories, all that stuff helps. And I'm really super grateful for all that. Anyway, I can't help questioning everything that I do. And I feel like for you OGs that have been listening and watching for a long time, you've heard this sound like a broken record, right? I'm constantly, I feel like that's because I'm constantly questioning where I'm going. I feel like I'm one of those people that will drive down the road for, 10 miles and then stop and go, am I going the right way? I've gone 10 miles, right? I'm into the journey, but then I want to do a quick spot check. Like, we're going the right way, right? I know I'm 10 miles in, but this is the right direction. Keep going down this road. Okay, cool. Got it. And then I go another 15, 20 miles and I'm like, we're still on the right path, right? This is the way we want to go. Because I hate wasting my time. When I know that I wasted my time, that I hate. Now, it's different if you think you're doing the right thing and then you find out, oh, this was the wrong thing. You're like, well, it wasn't a complete waste because we got to do X, Y, and Z, or we got to see so-and-so, or this thing happened over here. And you know what I'm saying? But it's like literally when you know you're wasting your actual minutes of your day, that's when it's just frustrating as hell. And I hate that. So, it's one of those things where like, where is the best place to put my time? Is it on stream? Should I just stream more? Is it the vlogs? Should I cut back on the streams and increase the days that I don't stream so that I can vlog more? Is it this podcast? Should I be cranking out 2 or 3 episodes of the podcast a day? Should I make an episode every morning? Like, that's the question. And of course, nobody can tell me the answer. You will say what you prefer or what you want me to do. Like, oh, Clint, I really love your podcast. Can you just do more podcasts? I don't really watch your vlogs. I don't watch your streams. I love your podcast. Can you put out 4 podcasts a week? Right? Or the people that love the vlogs. Like, I wish you'd go back to daily vlogging. Wish the Bryce would play basketball. Wish the kids would ride dirt bikes. Like, I hear all that. I hear all those little things. And of course I hear the majority of people saying, I don't care what you do, Clint. You do you. I'm here for you. And I love you guys for that. Thank you. So yeah, that was my weekend. Good weekend. Great weekend. I tweeted last night before I went to bed, batteries recharged. Let's get it. Let's go. I'm ready. Woke up this morning before my alarm clock went up. Actually got up before my alarm clock went off. Sat down, cranked through email. I was pumped and jazzed for today's stream. And then, of course, internet problems still. So that bummed me out. But yeah, I'm here doing the podcast because, I get inspired to create content. I just need to stop what I'm doing and do it. Create the content. So here I am creating content. We looked at hot tubs, like I said, this weekend, and we got it narrowed down to a 7x7, like 7 foot by 7 foot hot tub is what we're looking at getting. They make 8s and 6s, but 7 seems to be the right size. Also, we want at least 4, we want 4 seats, but we want enough space for 4 adults. I think it's gonna be like a 5 or 6 seater that we end up getting, but I really just cared about like if one person's in each corner, do they have enough room for their legs, right? And so that's kind of where we're at with the hot tub situation. As far as the backyard goes, we've got a couple of estimates. We're waiting on a couple more. Decide who we're gonna go with to get the backyard in the space that we want to, right? We got a nice big patio, but we want to do some stuff to the yard specifically, and like the hot tub, right? So we need a space for the hot tub. I want a fire pit. I know it sounds weird. We live in Arizona. It's ridiculously hot in the summertime, but we still have good enough weather, the other half of the year where hot tub will definitely get used almost year round. I really do think we're going to use the hot tub all year. It'll be hot during the summer, but I think it'll be still cool enough to enjoy it. We'll see. This summer comes and let's say it's just too damn hot. Then you know what? We buy there's a chiller that you add on to the spa and it'll chill the water for you. So that's a possibility in the future. Fire pit is more of a visual thing, but obviously when it's cold enough to enjoy it, sit out there and enjoy it. So we might get this all built and then winter's over and we may not be able to use it until next year, but it'll look nice. And that's kind of the idea. The fire pit's kind of a two thing. It's a visual thing, but also a utilitarian thing. I want to put like a retaining wall along the back with some bench seating and lighting, and I want to get some like nice palms back there and kind of get like a tropical vibe going on. The way our backyard's situated, I think we'd be really nice. Can get a nice like dense like jungle vibe if we do it right. So we'll see. We're just trying to plan it ahead because again, knowing that this is it. This is our last house for a very long time. I don't want to, half-ass anything. I don't want to just settle for anything. Like, I'm cool with like taking our time and getting this yard done exactly the way we want to and not cut any corners. So that's why it's taking us a while. And we're making sure we're getting somebody who's going to do a good job. So yeah, the problem is the timing, because we need to basically have a hot tub ready to go when the backyard's getting done so that they can build the foundation for the hot tub and then build around the hot tub, like so that it's part of the landscape in the backyard, So that's the hard part is because of COVID, everyone's been ordering hot tubs like crazy apparently. And now they're like 4 or 5 months out. If you were to order a hot tub right now and customize it the way you want to, you're not looking at getting it until June or July. And of course we don't want that. We don't want to wait that long. We don't plan on special order or anything. We just like need to find one in stock that matches colors that we like. So Tiffany's been figuring out what she likes and what she doesn't like. And so I think we're sitting pretty good. We're going to be able to, hopefully pick one out and get one sooner than later. That's kind of it for now. A lot of people ask me about Bryce. Is he still playing basketball? Why isn't he playing basketball? That sort of thing. And I think we need to put that in the vlog. I think we need to add that to the vlog. I need to look at the vlog footage from this weekend. I don't think I have a good title, like a pivotal moment that happened to capture that. So maybe I pull Bryce aside and we do a quick, Q&A about basketball, and then that could be the title of the vlog. It'll do well. It'll do a lot. It'll do better than whatever I have right now. If I just were to shoot that right now and be like, this is the vlog, Bryce, stop playing basketball. It'll kill. It'll crush. It's so silly how that works, but whatever. But yeah, Bryce is not playing basketball. His club broke up and his school's not doing any sports. And the kid has not wanted to pick up basketball up at all. He just lost all drive and all, like, kind of like me with dirt bike riding. Like, he likes playing basketball. Like, I like riding dirt bikes, but it's not something where I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to ride again. I can't wait to ride. I'm going to ride this weekend. I'm going to ride Nick tomorrow. I'm going to go riding right now. Like, that's not me. Dirt bike riding is a nice to have every once in a while, but not a mainstay. And I think that's kind of where Bryce is with basketball. Like, if his buddies called him up and say, hey, Bryce, we're going to the basketball court. You want to come hang out? He'd be like, yeah, sure. He'll go down. He'll shoot some hoops, right? Him and Mason get together. They shoot hoops, right? But I don't know the last time he picked up a basketball and goes, I'm going to go to the basketball court. See you guys. And left by himself. Even in the rental house when we had a basketball court like a block away, never would go there by himself. Never would play basketball by himself. He's like me. He takes after his dad. He's a gamer. He likes playing video games. Oh, and by the way, he plays video games with his friends all the time, every day. Like, he doesn't play video games by himself. He's never by himself. He's in a Discord chat room with like 3 of his friends, or a PlayStation party chat with 3 of his friends, and they're all dicking around and they're all playing video games. And that's what Bryce does. And now he's streaming, right? In case you missed that, Gamer Bryce 15 over on Twitch.tv. He streams twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and he's loving that. So, he's only 13, almost 14. Maybe this is his calling. Maybe he starts early and he starts gaming and streaming at an early age, and, who knows where he's at by the time he's 16, 17, 18 years old. So I'm here to support him. I'm here to, ask questions. Hey, what are you thinking? What do you do? What do you want to do? And then go from there. If he says he wants to do this, then I'll support him in this. If he wants to do that, I'll support him in that. But, he's lost all desire to play basketball. So I'm not pushing him. I'm not giving him crap. I'm not dragging him to a court. If he doesn't want to play, he doesn't want to play, But I am going to kind of poke the bear every once in a while and be like, you sure? You sure? Because the longer he steps away from playing the game, the bigger the gap's going to be between him and the other kids, right? I was kind of hoping he'd at least go make it to freshman year, but I think with COVID, it kind of killed it for him because, like I said, his school's not doing any sports and his club broke up and he hasn't had any desire to look for a new club, so he's just not playing. So we'll see what happens next year. On the flip side, Sierra's doing fantastic. She's in her club season. Great team, great coach, love her coach. Unfortunately, because of COVID, obviously the season's weird. We can't all go to every game. We can't do the campouts. It's weird, but she's able to play. She's enjoying it. She's having fun. So that's what matters. And then school is getting ready to start doing sand volleyball. So she made the sand volleyball team last year, most likely make it again this year. So she'll be playing some sand volleyball here soon as well. So I'm looking forward to that. And that's kind of it for there when it comes to sports and the kids. Her and Garen are still doing very well. He surprised her on Valentine's Day with some earrings. He was out of town for a dance competition, but he had his mom drop him off. She's awesome. His mom's great. So she dropped off the gifts and she got little earrings for Valentine's Day. It was in the last vlog if you guys want to check that out. But it's kind of where I'm at. I'm actually, despite my internet being shit and I'm losing my stream, I'm in a really good place right now. Like I said, sometimes you just need, I just need to do the opposite of what I want to do, which is stay connected and be connected and know what's going on every given moment. Just unwind, disconnect, forget about Clintus for a couple days. And then I'm ready to rock and roll again. Here I am. Let's go. So that's it. I can't think of anything else. I think that was it for the weekend. Good food, shopping, house stuff. Didn't get to see my mom. Kind of bummed about that. I was hoping my mom would come over this weekend. She hasn't seen my house yet. I did a FaceTime call one time and walked her through the house, but she hasn't physically been here yet. Neither is my middle brother either, Austin. Travis has been here a couple times, but Austin hasn't. So just one of those things where I was hoping to see my mom, but I didn't. I'm sure we'll get another chance next weekend or whatever. But plants are doing good. Got a couple new ones. A couple of them are not doing too good. I feel like I need to figure out. I buy plants right now that are just good looking, but I need to start paying attention to which ones need light. Like Tiffany bought me this one for Valentine's Day. She bought me a pot. It says "I love you" in cursive, like etched in the pot, and then it's like a pink and yellow or pink and green like plant. The leaves are pink. It's called a Juanita. No, that's the name. I don't know the name of the plant. But anyway, she bought me that for Valentine's Day, and I just need any plants that like do good in low light, and then I also need to get them all in the same watering cycle. That's the other problem too. Is that some plants need more water, some plants need less. So I end up overwatering the ones that need less and kill them. That's my curse. I overwater my plants and drown them. But plants are doing good. Everything's doing good. Everything's doing good. I'm good. I just need to find my center, commit to myself, what I'm going to do, and I think I'll be okay. But I want to thank you guys again for listening to this. I hope you enjoyed it. This is for the hardcore podcast fans. This is for you guys. Because like I said, I know not everybody watches the vlogs. Not everybody watches the streams. Some of you guys just listen to the podcast. So here you go. This is for you guys. As always, you follow me on Twitter at Clintus, on Instagram at Clintus, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. It's all Clintus. Best place to find me. Anywhere you prefer to follow me to get updates, that sort of thing. Best place to go. You can also text me if you're in the US, 602-497-2046. I have a text community that I engage with people when I get some time. Yes, it is text messaging, but I have like 1,600 people that have that number that text me. So it takes me a while to get through all my text messages. And by the time I get around to them, it's been a couple of days or a week, and then it's irrelevant. So, but it's a cool way to keep in touch. I'll send a text message out maybe like once a week saying, "What's up? How's it going?" If there's something really critical that I want you guys to make sure you guys know about, I'll text that to the community. Otherwise, just a way for you and I to have one-on-one conversation. Some people prefer that versus like Instagram or Twitter. Some people don't use Instagram or Twitter, but everybody has a phone, right? So you can text me to that number, and it is me. Like I said, it's a text community. So you'll get an automated response. It'll tell you what to do. Once you reply to that, after that, it's all me, 100% me. I promise. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for listening. Appreciate you. I'm gonna try to get one of these up once a week. I'm gonna try. But you know what? It may not happen because sometimes shit doesn't happen because shit does happen. Either way, I'm here for you because you're here for me. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.